takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
It is prime time at the night shifto. Jared and Gustavo got the Roadrunner ready for rough primer. We're just gonna kind of take care of the heavy on that. The customer wants to do the body work himself, which is fine by us. I'm gonna get the bottom of the rockers here. We're not priming any of the bottom. So it'll be quarter panels and roof is really, quarter panels, roof, door jambs. It's really what we're doing on this one. And then we'll paint the rest of it. We'll sand we have already primed the engine bay. We'll block that. We'll block the rockers. And then we had a spot in the trunk that we need to block. And then that'll all get painted. We'll paint the door jambs, basically everything except for the actual exterior. So inside, underside, upside down. But that's not all we're priming. We're using a different primer on this one though. The Roadrunner is getting our high build poly primer, and then this is just gonna get I think it's a urethane primer, just a smooth primer. So we're taking care of details this morning. Details. Oh man.
Oh baby.
Seam sealing all the seams. We're on our about 2.5 tubes of seam sealer will be running here. Getting all the seams all sealed back up. Now that we got the rust sandblasted off, scrape up your seam sealer, put on, sandblast it, put your seam sealer on, paint right back over it. Jared also got the front suspension down to sandblasting, and so we'll get that stuff sandblasted. I'll come back and we'll put in bushings and all that good jazz. New bushings, new ball joints, new tie rod ends, new pitman arm, new idler arm, convert it to disc brake, put on new brake lines. But first is having it sandblasted, then we'll paint it, and then we'll put on our new parts and go from there. We also need to prime the engine bay on the Roadrunner one more time. We sanded this primer in 180. It's just too much work to try to get that up to 400 grit for paint. So we're going to prime it again, which is just going to be faster than trying to get this to 400 grit and not burn through it too much. Get a soft pad on a DA and DA as much as we can, and then we'll be hand sanding a little bit of it and also using just a red Scotch-Brite to scuff it. I just want the engine bay to be really nice. That's a big one. While that primer's sitting, we'll get on and we'll either spray the inside or the underside. I'm also going to paint the engine bay in 4 sections. We'll paint the front, we'll paint each side, and we'll paint the back. And so that'll be 4 different days that we spray a little color on here. When we do the firewall, we'll come up to here and so we don't have a masking line on the clear. Yeah, so it's all going to be kind of done in stages, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but when you're painting and you have the overspray, especially in the clear, when you're spraying the clear on this is just getting hammered with overspray, and it just leaves a nasty texture through here, you know. And so, kind of like a truck bed, you really have to paint truck beds, you know, in separate pieces, because the overspray of trying to do it in one go, there's way too much overspray. It rolls back in, it just kind of swirls in there and just end up with a real rough texture. So more time, but what do you do? Getting it ready, Freddie. Alright, that's our primer sealer. Our green today says gray. There's white primer sealer, gray primer sealer, and black primer sealer. And it depends on what color you're spraying. As far as the books go, on this Mopar green, it's gray underneath. Like I say, that does affect the color. You know, I was spraying the engine for this 40 Dodge that we're going to be doing, and it was Hemi orange or Chrysler orange. It took me 20 coats of that stuff to cover that block, but if I would have just sprayed it white first and then sprayed that orange over it, it would have gone a lot quicker. But I was just using, it was just rattle can, that engine paint, Duplicolor. I think it's Duplicolor. I don't know. You know, the engine paint at O'Reilly, AutoZone, whatever they call them where you're at. Anyways, engine paint. And it had a little gold flake in it. Neat color. But, you know, Chevy orange, you put 2 coats of that stuff on there, you're done. This Chrysler orange, I painted a mini bike in that orange too once, and it was I bought the regular paint you know, spray from a gun. And it was the same thing. It took forever to cover that. I did an oxide red first, and it should have been white. Anyways, onwards. What do you think?
I think it looks good. It's green.
It's green.
It's good green.
Boy howdy. She green. It's an original 69 color, but doesn't really look it, does it? It's weird that it's over a gray.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can kind of see it, but I would expect it to be more over a white. It was cool. You've seen all the posters from this era of Mopar. This was Hippie Flowers Peace Man. And they did all the colors, and this would look great in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, sitting next to a red, orange, yellow, purple, then green, and you know.
That's all their colors right there.
Yeah.
I was telling Jared, you hold it, do like a Coca-Cola bottle
Yeah.
in there.
It should be Squirt.
Yeah, or Squirt. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Or even Sprite.
Squirt, Sprite, 7-Up.
Because that's the shape of the old bottles.
Yeah.
They'd look rad.
I like the speaker system.
Yeah.
That someone figured that out, that 6x9 and 4x6.
Yeah, they're going first round, like bass and mids,
Yeah.
and then tweed.
It was made for the driver. The passenger can suck an egg.
And I was like, you're lucky you're riding.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Green.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and